That's negativity. Somebody told me, speak no negativity, hear no negativity, see no negativity.
Yeah, no, for sure.
So I build off of that.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, I wasn't negative. That was
Yeah.
Don't come in here hungry.
Oh, one Pop Tart? Like,
Yeah.
Pop Tarts be a thing in my podcast. People when they Pop Tart flavors. I don't discriminate. I'm gonna eat the strawberry. I might eat a blueberry. I might try the ice cream.
Blueberry. No, you
Look, you gotta use that, bro.
You different. You different. Anything other than strawberry, blueberry. Sometimes you can get away with the cinnamon ones. I used to eat those too. You feel me? But the ones with no icing and the ones with
non-frosted.
Non-frosted.
You say you can't go for the non-frosted.
Yeah, that's different.
Hey, it is what it is.
Is you gonna be able to like, block him out in the back?
Yeah, I got it. So I always start my podcast like this. I am a guy from a place, CharmCityBipper, Quis The Vndl. Marquis is the name my mama gave me. I'm a talker, and I'm here with an individual who does a lot of work with photography and making people look special. They are special people that he's working with. I don't want to name any names of things unless he does, but I'm grateful to have him on this podcast and to introduce you all to him if you don't already know him, Tevin Towns.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you having me. You know.
Thank you. We've had quite a day. I met you in a very impromptu way. It adds to the narrative and the memories of my bipping. I have motion, so I'll bip.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, I have to say that. You know, I didn't want to throw that out there right away, but this is the BirdHouse. We over east. I don't want to say what specific because some people be trying to jump in. They haven't got no bit, but we over east with it. Shout out to Bird, the director. The space is awesome. There's a lot of things going on in this space that have been done in this space and that will be done in this space. So, like I said, I'm this guy from this place, and gratitude is the attitude of this season and everyone that follows.
For sure.
So I want to start. What part of town are you from?
I'm from East Baltimore.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm from East Baltimore. I guess they call it Zone 6 Bel Air Road. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm like, honestly, like some guys, so I'm really tired, the entire Bel Air Road. Cause like my cousins, they a set of twins, they from the 4x4 and I used to go down there and mess with them a lot too as well. So they kind of adopted me. It's like, yo, no, you from down here. And then the urban kind of adopted me. And then Parkside Drive all the way up to Frankfurt. That's really where I'm from.
So was you on foot or you was getting dropped? You get dropped off?
I was on foot.
Foot doing distance?
I mean, when I was younger with those guys, I was getting dropped off down the 4x4. But then as I got older, it was just going back and forth, me being on foot. And then I wound up meeting a girl. You know what I'm saying? And her people's was from like, I think Chesterfield or something. So then I was definitely beating my feet, like going back and forth for real.
Yeah, so I'm up on Harford Road while you probably was down here, down on Bel Air. So yeah, and then my pops.
What part of Harford Road? With the Roy Farms and all that?
Valentino's. But
you was already, you a little farther up.
Yeah, but like we walked down as far as probably like, what is the Harvest Fair?
Harvest Fair Market.
It's like you can throw a rock and get the Royal Farm. So
I'm familiar.
He was outside a little bit, you know. But that's dope. How old are you? You want to talk about your age?
24. Yeah, for sure.
So I'm 27. We around the same time. Yeah.
I really ain't got no filter, bro. You good. You good. You straight.
I still got to ask.
Yeah.
Because it be that thing like, hey, man, you got to wear no shoes in here, man. You good, bro? Like, you're like, let me just be sure. You know, I don't want to start.
You straight. I'm really an open book, for real.
I'm grateful for
really open book. I don't really do nothing like too crazy wild for me to like tarnish my name or anything. So I'm really open book. Yeah. Like if people ask me questions, they be like, dang, I didn't think he was gonna answer that. And I'm like, nah. I mean, I ain't.
Is it true?
It's the truth.
Is it true?
Yeah. So.
Well, what would you say got you into creativity, like creative spaces, like photography and videography? Like, was it how does that path even look? Bel Air Road to.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
It's a lot of spots.
Ooh, that's tough. That's a tough one right there. I'm not like too crazy on religion, but that's definitely a God and a universal work right there, for sure.
Absolutely.
Because I just like bought a camera, bro. Like I literally just was in the mall. It was nothing to buy, and I literally went to go buy a camera. Like that's on every. That's all the same story on every last one of the podcasts that you ever can hear. I literally just want to go buy a camera because it wasn't nothing. My guys thought that I wasn't going to do it. The guy in Best Buy, I say this all the time. Like if I see him now, I will bless him because he was a salesman, and without him, doing this, with trying to sell a product, I don't think I would be sitting right here right now. So nah, for sure. Like
how old were you?
Honestly, I was in my senior year, so I was 19 because I reclassified. So I was 19 in 2018. I supposed to graduate at 18 in 2017. So I was 19 when I bought my first camera.
So that's probably like when I'm hearing reclassified. Was it hooping?
Football.
Okay,
yeah, it was football.
Sports,
yeah, that was really due to an injury. Like no grades, no nothing. That was literally due to an injury that I had occurring throughout my high school career. So,
and it's amazing how I come back to this a lot in the space. How traumas and like moments that shook up a plan. Because I'm sure you playing football, you reclassifying. So it was really like I'm about this business, and you're at Best Buy senior year, cop a camera.
Yeah, and I was playing football, so it's like it's weird. Like now, as I do more podcasts and people ask me that, it's like I was unintentionally willing myself into this.
Absolutely,
because it's like I'm playing football with a offer from Temple, Monmouth. It was pending Wake Forest, all these, and my brain is on a camera, buying a camera. It's like usually I'm trying to buy cleats, or I'm down there doing my one hand catches like Odell, you know what I'm saying, on the field, or you know what I'm saying, like as like doing my drop backs for safety, because they was like a lot of colleges was like, yo, you fast for a DN, but you kind of slimmed out. I hit 2 years after. If I would have been in college 2 years after, so basically I'd have graduated 2018, so 2020 around COVID time, right after COVID, 2021 is where DNs in a game kind of went super fast. When Lamar kind of came to the league, the DNs got a little bit smaller. I would have missed that verge, but I would have meshed into it if I would have still been in football. Gotta think about it. The game got faster. Everybody got more littler, so they could catch up with mobile quarterbacks. I'd have fit right into it.
And it's amazing how that path would have been open for you.
It would have been open too.
But your truth is shown in what you're showing up as now, and it's amazing how, like I said so much. We start with one vision, and there's all these other doors that open along the way.
For sure.
And sometimes you'll say what your plan is, and it's not coming to you like you expected.
Yeah.
Like this space is something Bird told me about at the We Responders event that I'm like, I gotta be at, but there's a lot of other things in the way of getting there. But I show up and then I meet Bird and then we talk about the space like everything else. Coming here today, this is the first time I'm pulling up here. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Here I am, pop in, you doing your thing. He building the goal. It's like, just flow into it. But it's something you have to practice and you have to implement and be intentional about with showing up.
Yeah, for sure.
Like you showed up to the Best Buy. The camera was waiting for you.
Yeah, no, for real, bro. Like that's why, like, man, like on the honest, like this year might have been like one of my most abundant, hard time years, bro. It's like I don't know. It's like I'm making all the money, but I'm buying all the equipment. You know what I'm saying? Then I got people around me that's like really seeing in me, and they like, yo, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm willing to help you out as well. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I didn't have that doing football. So now I see that like this might be just a real true door. This ain't might. This a true door.
You aligned.
And then it's like it's like when you said showing up, it's like this year been a year when I showed up. Like I don't like really speaking for myself. I like my actions to speak for myself. But to sit here on a podcast is like sometimes in life, like you gotta, they say, you know, pat yourself on the back, but you just gotta give gratitude to just how life is moving. You know what I'm saying? And I show up every day, bro, and that make me proud. Like every day, like I get like this, like I get this little feeling like if I'm not touching the camera or something, I be feeling crazy. So I definitely agree with that for sure.
I got so much to say when I get to do my interview, but it's hilarious because it's like that's what this is based on. Yeah. Get to it. Motion is like it's not waiting for you. Your goals are like a set, but they're moving away from you because we on a time continuum. Like so it's like when I was saying earlier, like present. Like sometimes we have a projection of what it gotta be. So if I'm thinking of what this looked like before it's done, I'm like, how do be right here with the story in front of you, with the person in front of you, be grateful, right?
I've been learning that the process.
Right, the process is beautiful.
I've been learning that, and I be hard headed. I think that's human nature. I'm not gonna put that on other people because that's not an excuse for myself. But I be telling myself like, bro, Tev, the process, bro. Like. You know what's so crazy today, right? Look, it's so funny you said that. This morning, I sent Bird a list of the stuff I got in my Amazon account that I'm ordering. I had 22 things in my Amazon account in the beginning of this year for $24K. I'm down to 6,900. I've been feeling like, yo, why is not and I'm slowly, I'm like, yo. What are you talking about, Tev? Look at this. Everything is just, bro, you was at $24,000, bro. What are you talking about? You just wanted to all just happen right then and there, but you have so many other different responsibilities. You got your family, you got the life that you created for yourself, you have the what we technically call bills, but that means we created them for ourselves too as well. Then you still have to eat, you still have life, you still have to give. You know what I'm saying? And you still have to invest in yourself. Of course, bro, it's going to seem like it's taking time. And that's so crazy. You said that earlier. It's like, it's the process. And like that, you just hit that on a note. Like that was weird.
We're blessed, man. We're blessed to be in this moment. I call it all moments. Because sometimes you'll be like, yo, that wasn't what I wanted it to be. Right. But it's like, yo, you had a moment that you could even say it went like just to sit with that fact. Like, dang. I lost 30, I lost whatever. And you're like, oh, but I got to lose 30. I had 30 to lose.
What?
I'm still breathing.
That's how it was when I lost my chain. Like when I lost my chains, I was like, yo, I lost all these chains. And then it was just like, dang, I lost all them chains and I could go buy them again.
Facts.
And I'm like, dang, that's the part where that's what separated me and say, Tev, you don't even need them. So like, to say that, for sure, like for sure, bro. And then it's like I say, like with this photography thing, like I'm super grateful, like really for the people, like because like it's so funny in life how life is. It's like I used to get to a point like when I first started, I was at the point where it was like, how dare you go shoot with someone else after you shot with me? You gonna go back up your next shoot with someone quality that's not like mine. But then I start realizing that when everybody go to like refresh their Instagram, take all these pictures and stuff down, only one that still be up there be mine or some other unique photographers. Like I'm not just saying like I'm just the best photographer. I'm the best, but
you gotta feel it. No, you gotta feel it.
But yeah, though, man, it's like I really be grateful for people, bro. Like just to see this whole thing, like everything unfolding. Me just being here. Been around Bird. I haven't been around Bird this long since Upton. Like been in the same spot for hours with each other. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Just it's probably something you wanted for a while. You know what it would look like. And then this moment comes, you're like, oh, we locked in.
Yeah, no, man. Bird been locked in, bro. Like, man, every time me and Bird got around each other, I could really say I even learned something from him. I can't speak on his behalf for learning something from me, but I think he learned some stuff from me too. You know what I'm saying? But no, man, it been great. Like I usually get around other photographers and stuff, or videographers, or creators, directors, and sometimes the energy could be off, but like that never been the case. Like it's some guys. There's a lot of guys in Baltimore that never been the case. Usually my experience be out of town because it's first experience meeting or something like that. Or sometimes out of town be even better. Like sometimes I might connect with them even better. I know like one of these guys, he just opened this. He was like, "Hey, you staying at a hotel?" Like he's like, "Nah, you come stay at my crib." And like a very wealthy film director. And like it was like really better than the hotel, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I really appreciate every aspect of my career. Like every aspect.
Like I've been seeing a couple of the shorts you put up. Yeah. And in the shorts is like I'm laughing watching the BTS.
Oh my God.
And being a part of it.
Yeah.
Because I've seen the ones you've done. I'm like, yo, like this is clean work, is intentional. And that's what I was like today. Somebody reminded me of Grace. I always need that reminder at times because it's like what you were saying, like, yo, you doing all of this though. Why are you feeling that way about that? Like, I'm 70 episodes in. I've done 35 podcast interviews and like random shorts are like, hey, I'm outside, take this little wireless mic. And it's only been since January. So since January of this year.
Oh, you in a move.
So I'm bipping.
You know, I'm motion. Literally.
And it's like being. And shout out to True.
True water. Alkaline.
Absolutely.
Alkaline, right. Yes, for sure.
He said, we could talk about all of this, but it's just about being. You gotta be. And I was like, just be the thing. Like if somebody say, I need a photographer who teaching videography too. Oh. It's heaven. It's already that guy. Like it's not like I gotta go, hey Tab, I heard you was thinking about getting on the camera, man. Like I see you playing around like this hobby thing. You want to try something professional? No, you already a business. You already solidified. So when they say, hey, I want my guys to get an interview and to be able to talk about the side of them that nobody else get to talk about that can relate to them because they from it.
Yeah,
a guy from a place. It's like be the thing, live into the vision.
Yeah.
So that's why I was saying like earlier, like I had a dream, I had a vision, and I was like, let me live from the end and not from I'm trying to get it. Because trying is a lie. It's like, yo, I'm trying to take these pictures. No, you taking pictures. Like I didn't see the dirt bike moments. That's why I'm like, yeah.
I appreciate that.
And I feel it. Like I understand it because it's like to go from what we see our city being. Like we coming up around the same time. You 3 years younger than you, like my brother's age.
Yeah.
So it's like when I think about Lil Scooter, I think about K Swift, I think about the people we lose along the way and how like life is supposed to go on, but we still like got them anchors. But them anchors really not a problem. It make me go push harder. Like nah, like it's a little dude that remind me of myself that I need to know he can do a lot more than what they say he can.
Yeah, for sure. And that's that's the reason why I teach photography, honestly. Like, because if you think about it, like, I mean, not even think about it. I mean, this is why we have cell phones. You know what I'm saying? But if you go on Google and say, I'm looking for a photography class, bruh, they give you 3 hours for $1,500. Like, bro, I charge for a group class $150, and then for single class is $50. It's like I really do desire for our communities to
get access.
Yeah, like have the access, bro. Like, and that's sometimes where I get frustrated and irritated sometimes, is because it's like I see people on Instagram be like, yo, how do I do this? But I'm right here.
And I would say, and that's why I was saying this, the negativity part for me, because I was pushing back in that. And then I recognized like there is a lapse.
It is.
Just like you, because you showed me your algorithm. I don't see nothing from nobody I know on your algorithm. And that's intentional.
Yeah.
We're on this social app that's showing us more of the world than the world we live in. Yeah. So we so far away talking about dudes chasing a Titanic in a submarine, but we don't know about the 7 events that happened last weekend.
Real.
Like people barely know about the black ass flea market skate party that was Tuesday. Or when is it? See that part.
I didn't even know.
And look, it was a moment. But it's like I'm always like, how do we fill in this gap? So just like you got the ability to teach the photography classes, we got the ability to create more media to let it be known. Because we can cut on the news right now and it's not finna talk about nothing we want to hear about.
Nothing.
Such and such was murdered. Such and such these political scandals.
Like we come from that.
Right. Like I done seen enough of that. Like from my grandmother time, like walking around my grandmother's crib, watching Judge Judy and Judge Mathis give it up crazy.
Like, oh my God. You
cigarettes and beers.
You hit on a lot of my, like, look, right? And like I tell you, like, bro, I really like love people, bro. Like in order to love yourself, you have to love people. You know what I mean? I love myself crazy. You know what I'm saying? Pause. But like my guys, sometimes they just be DMing me little stuff and I be like, yo, I don't care. Yo, we come from these environments, bro. You heard little Pawpaw guy shot? I don't.
Why are we talking about that?
Like, I like prayers go to his family and hope he make it through. But like, bro, we come from these environments. It's like, let's either better these environments or get away from them. And it ain't you changing on the people that's still in environments that's stuck in the environment. You're not changing on them. But do you think that you went through all your experiences for just nothing?
And shout out to Pharrell. He said, show them the codes.
Yeah.
Show them the codes isn't put the codes in for them. But it is show the codes. I want to give as many codes as I can. Like I left a school that I was teaching at for 3 years. So I started teaching around like 24. And like I'm at this school doing Zoom. So like we in the Zoom classes, the kids not even showing their faces. And eventually we get in person and they wilding out.
COVID. So you started teaching in COVID.
COVID.
So
like I'm going to the building with a mask on.
You didn't even get the trial. You didn't even get to work with the kids, then go to Zoom and then go back with the kids.
Straight up.
You went
day one on Zoom.
You went day one on Zoom and then ran into the kids. Oh my God. And look, you got put in that fire. Fire.
Ooh, forged in fire. That's what the old head told me.
See, I love that though. Like kids, like I get a rush. Like a kid, I was teaching at one of these schools, and one of the kids was telling me like, why should I listen to you? Like you ain't never see your father get killed, young kid. And I'm like, it hit me, right? It hit me because it was like, dang, I never seen my father get killed. But then I had to like, what did hit me. Once I got out of that space, it was like, my father came home my biological father came home 5 days before my 21st birthday. He was locked up since my mother was 2 weeks pregnant with me. I ain't never had my father in my life neither. So your father, I'm not saying it in that form, but your father just as gone as mine. And when I kind of broke it down to him like that, he was like, oh, da-da-da. Now he do photography and yo don't even want to even be no thug or nothing. So it's like those type of movements right there, you gotta like, sometimes instead of you looking at the situation and saying, yo, just being disrespectful, you gotta see how you can connect with these kids. And that be the thing, because like sometimes they go home and it's not the parents' fault, because sometimes in certain scenarios, I'm not gonna say it's the parents' fault. But what I will say is sometimes we have to realize that our parents can only teach us what they know.
Yep. So
at some point in line, it's like this generation that we live in is so fast that our parent, like my aunts ask me like, "Oh, baby, how you take this picture with this iPhone?" And I'm like, "Just hit the button. This button, put it up like this."
Oh, you don't know about the volume rocker?
Yeah, like they like, nah. But you had to realize that their access was cut off to a certain line, and we picked up what they taught us, and we picked up with a whole new generation, and it's going so fast that we got like AI programs, we got
exponential
robots, we have so much more than them. So I would say the parents, they don't even know they don't even understand the world that
the kids
that's really going on.
When your parents don't know the world they're in, how can they tell the child what is out here? So is that part where it's like, oh, the kids on TikTok. You even know what TikTok is.
That's what I'm saying.
So this is where it's like, because I was like, oh, I don't know what TikTok is. Let me go learn.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, oh, this is it.
Yeah.
And this is like making millionaires.
Yeah.
And then it's also making kids suicidal. It's also making them have short attention spans. It's also making them do comparisons they don't need to do.
Yeah.
So it's so much.
Because if you see it, like if you look at the algorithm, it's only going from 6 to 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
If you gotta be, you have to be someone to go past 30 seconds and people it's in tune and you going viral off of it. So the attention span, if you look at like the scientific fact of what scientists used to say about the human brain, human conscious, they've been saying back 5 or 6 years ago that the human brain only goes from 6 to 30 seconds. Mm-hmm. So they already knew, okay, cool. We know what we need to do. We need to make sure the algorithm is from 6 to 30 seconds.
There's actually a film on Netflix, The Social Dilemma.
Yeah.
And he played that whole concept. It's like the like button is intentional, the refresh rates are intentional, the graphic style, the intentional scrolling, like all of these things are
the
addictive.
Vertical, horizontal,
dopamine,
so like,
all of that.
So like your vertical, the vertical limits what's in the background. So now you only got from within your brain, you only have let me say the proper word. It's like you only focus on what's in the frame. So if your life is if your paradigm only sees a vertical attention, you don't even, your emotions and everything don't even worry about nothing else around you. So you might be driving in your car, right? And you don't even realize that you got this windshield that's horizontal, but your life is vertical. And you got somebody right next to you that's, hey, can I get $1? You don't even see them. And it's not your fault. You really don't see them.
They don't have, but it's that part where everything is learned behavior.
Yeah.
And moving from that understanding allows you to give others more understanding.
For sure.
Coming to a point of non-judgment, but getting there by giving grace. So I say non-judgment in the sense of sometimes we overjudge ourselves. Yeah, we're overly critical in this attempt to protect. Because in my experience, I don't say we, I used to criticize things or judge them so I could feel better about myself.
I did.
Right?
I think we all have that, or once did it before.
So being in that space is like, we also come up in a area where 5 guys walking towards you, one with their hand in their pocket look a little shifty, don't feel comfortable.
Right.
And you on the bus stop playing with the coins in your ticket and acting like you got something just in case. Like that's not a comfortable situation. So you also aren't bringing forth judgment to protect yourself, because there's moments where I've been jumped. That turns into, hey, what's it? So it's like these traumas are not being responded to. And then we're all dealing with similar traumas, but we don't even know how to put the walls down. I don't see again. I don't always know how to put the walls down to invite people in to have that discussion.
Yeah, for sure.
That's what I'm stepping into, and I give that to the youth. And I'm grateful for that story that you gave, because that was what I ran through the building with. Relationship first. I don't care if you do bad in school, because I know plenty of people who do bad in school who do great things in life and run the world.
That's me. I wasn't a class clown and I wasn't a fool. My thing was, at a young age, my uncles taught me, if you walk in a classroom and a lady or a male, which is considered the teacher, y'all writing from out of a book onto why don't you just grab a book? So I would just take the book home, grab my little packet, and don't come back to school. So now my attendance is a big part of your grade. So they taking that percentage off. But my mother, like, he's doing all his work, and they like, but attendance is 33%. So now I'm only getting 71, which pushing my GPA down. So now it's just like, Tev, go to school. Yeah. So now when I start going to school, I'm getting all A's, all B's. I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But it's just me being in school. When I was in school, I was sleeping half of the time.
You get to understand that you can outsmart the system. Yeah. And my mother My mother said to me a lot because she said, "You so smart, you're dumb." And I was like, "Oh, what she saying?" But I was so smart about like working around the rule because I was like, "Who wrote this? Like that don't even make sense. Why I got to be here for this time to that time? Go get some money." Like I'm glad it wasn't no street knowledge. I ain't had no street knowledge. I was a square in that realm. I know some people with street knowledge, but just to say like. I would have clung to that if I had that opportunity because I already saw the game. I'm like, y'all want me to spend 12 years in this space, spend another 4 in the next one, and then go into a job force with debt that already crippled me and try to make sense to some degree that I got because like I'm just pushing forward. But like, why y'all speeding up my timeline?
And that's where I ain't gonna say I feel sorry because for people, but that's where I look at women and I be like, dang, because like in certain situations, right, like most of the women go to college, so most of them be in that
space.
You know what I'm saying? So it'd be like, damn, like, are you finna accept that you gotta like help her get out of her? God, so out of her little debt, I'll be like, oh yeah, I'm not on that. Like, I'm really not on that. But like, that be a thing, bro. Like, that's when I be like, dang, a lot of women, I see why they act the way they act.
A lot of our problems started way before we got to these effects. My mother, shout out to moms, I always just say cause and effect, and that's a universal law. This cause will bring about these effects. So instead of responding to the effects, hey, that fire, throw some water on that part of the fire. Where's the root of the fire?
Where did it start at?
The root of the fire is in mindset. The root of the fire is in being too far in the past and too far in the future, not in the moment. I call that an out-of-body experience.
Yeah.
It's like,
oh, that's tough. That's hard.
You're not even in your body. Like,
that's hard though.
Yeah, I'm thinking about power. Power come on tonight for real. It's like, where you at though? Like, where are you right now? You could literally be in a space that could change your life, and you could leave the best part with a camera and be running that camera for the next however many years. Like, when you find purpose, you find something you align with, is nothing taking you away from it.
At all.
Like, if I stop this right now to get a 9 to 5, I got, what I just said, 70 podcasts, 35 in-person interviews. I can go interview the person I worked the 9 to 5 with. This is literally my thing now. And I'm grateful. Same with you. You can go start a photography store. Like, you can go sell cameras. There's so many options open to you.
Yeah.
Speak about it, write books about it. You could have a rap song. Kobe rapped about basketball. He wasn't no rap.
That's crazy. I dropped a rap song. I dropped a rap song this year. Yeah.
Get busy though. But like, why not? And that's why I'm always just in that space of where our only limit is ourselves.
Yeah. So, for sure.
It's up, bro. Ooh.
Literally, bro.
I'm grateful. He's portable to the world.
To the world.
To the world.
That was good.
Yeah, bro. But is there any advice that you would give your younger self?
All advice I get to myself now. Be more patient. Be less humble. Give more. Really everything to myself. Learn how to listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, really sit there and listen. Cause like, now that I'm learning that, like, I'm learning my paradigms, what I do from the consistent basis without even realizing that I'm doing them. And that's like cutting people off in the middle of sentences. It's just these little natural things. It's like, so I would just tell myself that little stuff. Like, yo, look what you're doing right now. Instead of saying, go do this, just say, be acknowledged to it. Cause if I could shift that, the older, when I get to where I'm at now, it would just be like, oh, I'm aware of what I'm doing. You get what I'm saying? Like, I hear a lot of like when a lot of people ask me those questions, they'd be like, yo, if you can go back and tell yourself one thing, we try to go back and tell ourselves how to fix the situations. And like, if you fix those situations, do you think you'll be here right now?
That's the part. I don't want to change no situation.
You don't want to change.
I want everything to go the way it went.
Yeah.
It's just breathe through it a little smoother.
Just be more, like, to me, I feel like I feel like with my business, like I'm relentless with it. You feel me? Like I got
It's no
like
cap.
yeah.
It's no cap. I'm saying,
Yo, like
this guy.
for real, like this, like, and I keep going back, but like it's this female, right? Nice, beautiful, everything. She's a good person and all that, and only thing she just wants is my time. But my business is my dream, it's my future, it's my, and I'm like, I was just to the point where like even when I have time to like, all right, look, Tab, give yourself a breather. You just got finished editing 3 music videos, 2 photo shoots. You just shot this, and this and that. You just sent off this work. You just finished this photography class. Give yourself that 2 hours. I might take that 2 hours to go take a drive. It's like, but in that drive, I'm thinking about my next move. That time could go to a person that really desire to spend that time with me. You feel me? So they the little things that I could say, like, all right, yes, live in a moment, Tiff. Like, what you doing in the moment? Like you said, like we be too far in the past or too far in the present for real. So these just little things, just sharpen myself up, but still don't try to inbred it in me because I still want to end up right back where I'm at, right here. You know what I'm saying?
I sit with so much in what you said. A good friend of mine is having an event called Niggas Need Love. And is this
Niggas
like niggas?
Yeah,
niggas NEG.
yeah.
But he,
so I don't even conceive myself as a nigga though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't. So like that type of event right there, I wouldn't even go to, even if I know it's for the good.
So Negus is in vain of the kings of Ethiopia.
Yeah, I heard that though.
So you want to claim it?
The guy that sat on it was like a little real, and the guy he sat on he was explaining that. He was explaining how the real true definition of how they took niggas and then put it into
adapted
niggas.
Into
yeah,
Negro.
He was sitting in front of a Rolls Royce or something. I don't know if you've seen it on it was on Instagram. I seen it,
but you still
like,
don't want it.
Yeah, because I don't believe like technically me, like me and my tribe. I feel like we are Baltimore natives from this tribe of the United States. We didn't come from Africa. This is our land. And like I ain't talking about far as a race, like black people, white people. No, like if you white and you live in Baltimore, you a part of the Baltimore native land. You know what I'm saying? So you're not really telling me I'm from Africa, so I can feel like I'm like I don't supposed to be in America.
Like you're not from where, like you're in the wrong space.
Me? So when we try to go back and track a lot of situations, like I know a lot of people who track what it's called indigenous
roots.
Yeah, indigenous roots, right? And they didn't even land in Africa. They landed up in North Carolina.
Yeah, it's interesting for me. My grandfather, both my grandfathers are from Baltimore. Further back is North Carolina. My father did the DNA test. Some people don't trust it. It is what it is, but it all comes back to the East Coast. So I know we were on a plantation at one point in this space. I know that the plantation was not a dead end, like people like to make it seem, because my family has some land down south that they divvying up because they don't know how to. We don't even know what's going to be of it. But it's these different things that I know in my direct lineage, and then there's the external wider view where they're like, well, you got this nose bone, so you might be from Nigeria, and I'm like, I'm not gonna disrespect that possibility.
For sure.
But I know what my reality in full is. I know my grandfather's name. I know both my grandfathers. Like, so I would like to learn who's directly attached to me, and then I'll learn the outside history to be like, okay, that's a possibility. But since 1850, like before 1850 is like family names on censuses. Yeah. So I'm like, I know I'm from here. And when them reparations come, you better holler.
Cause like this, right?
It is what it is.
And like I said, I have friends from all different races.
Facts.
All different races. Like literally all different races. But can we please ask ourselves, okay, if we all black people, well, melanin people.
Melanated.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? People, if we all come from Africa, then where the hell do all the Caucasians come from?
Yeah. And it's like
no. I'm asking you.
What they say.
There's
a whole thing, the cave, and there's the albino is the.
But I'm saying, what cave?
Yeah, and that's what it's like. You say Caucasus Mountains, and I'm like, I don't even want to run down that rabbit hole. I get lost.
Like for real.
I don't know my way back.
If you ask these questions, it's like, how can you say that a specific race is from this? Your roots, all your roots is mainly from this. When you had Indians already, and technically we was already in America, right? You know what I'm saying? But they skin color is the same thing as ours. Like, they're supposed to be the same thing as Africans.
It's so wild because the more the research that I've done, the more I've seen like a lot of people selling the narrative. Because it's like, if I can sell you on this idea, then I got you. Yeah. And so it's this thing of, if you don't know yourself, I'll tell you who you are. And once I tell you who you are, you'll do whatever I ask of you. Yeah. So I let that game be what it is. Yeah. But I do recognize, like, there's a lot to be learned, and there's a lot you can learn just within yourself. You like, nah, that don't really vibe with me. Like
Billy Carson, bro. Like Billy Carson, I respect him. Whatever. But it's like, bro, it's no way you. It's no way. The type of some of the stuff that he be saying just don't be all the way there. It don't all the way be there, bro.
I'm not familiar.
You ain't familiar with Billy Carson?
Billy Carson?
Yes.
Where's he?
He's a black guy.
Is he like on YouTube?
He on YouTube, Instagram. He everywhere. He traveling the world. I get it when he say it. A lot of stuff do make sense. Okay. When you go and take it to practice.
That's the part, though. But that's why it's so funny, because it's like, in all of this space that I'm starting to see online, is like, even what I'll give people, if I tell you, like I said earlier, 3 seconds in, blow out for as long as you can, deep breath, clear your mind, right? I can tell you that based on how I do it. I can only give it to you based on how I do it. Right. How it's received is a whole nother game. You could say 3 seconds and it could be 1, 2, 3.
And that's good.
Right. But it might not. So like, I'll say this also. I'm a yoga instructor. So with certain poses, I'll say, press the top of your foot into the mat. Everybody's press their top and the foot in the mat doesn't translate the same way. Some people's hips are tighter in certain spaces. Some people have messed up hamstrings. Some people's quads are. So it's like, everything that we're given is filtered through our lens of context in life. Right. So whether it's Billy Carson, if it's Kevin Samuels, if it's The Rock, the Rock,
sure.
if it's Ray Lewis.
And like I was saying,
it's all in that bag.
He's not a bad guy.
Absolutely.
I'm just saying, the information, practice it before yourself before you believe it.
And that's all I was saying. And that's the game. That's the number one game of all of this. No matter what, the game is free. There's a lot of people recycling things. Like I've said, speak no negativity, hear no negativity, see no negativity. It's recycle, speak no evil, hear no evil, see no evil. Yeah. And then there's like, you hear these things so redundantly that they lose meaning, to the point where it's like, okay, what's that mean? Yeah. And is as simple as things just looping.
Like you know what I've relearned this year, and like I value it so much more. And it's crazy because I was here yesterday, right? Me, Barry, and the guy who owned the Moment of Spotlight, Sean. We in the room, and I kept saying one thing, and I don't know if they really understand what I kept saying, but it was like, yo, well, I had to relearn this year was you really are who you hang around. Like, bro, like I'm really like, now that I took a step back, right? I took a step back and just focus on myself. This year been a year where I'm like, bro, I'm focusing on myself. Like, yeah, I could do it. I will do it as a team. I don't have nothing against doing it as a team, but I'm focusing on myself, like where I need to put myself at, because all the years before this ain't work. I mean, it worked because it got me to this position, but it ain't worked as a collectively because it was a trend.
full circle.
Yeah.
The whole thing about niggas need love too is self-love is not selfish.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
not selfish
at
to
all.
give yourself self-love,
No,
and you
sure.
always pour from your overflow, not from your cup.
Yeah.
A lot of people are in spaces in their life where they're pouring from their cup because that's how we've been raised.
Right.
But once your cup get to 50, ain't nobody putting nothing back in it.
In the cup.
So it's this game of like, I can only give you what I have to give.
Right.
So sometimes you'll be in a space where you've always given love, and this space, love is supposed to be here. Sometimes we come to that space with 80% love, and now we at 50% love, and it's like, yeah, you can't you can't get your love back, and you got to stop to give yourself the love. So I like that you said too, like, you driving around for 2 hours, you floating like, this is my time. Give yourself that time respectfully, because the problem we're facing right now is like, people are quick to say what your value isn't. I know my value. I gotta assert my value. 70 episodes. Not to say it would like to disrespect anybody, but this is the facts of life.
Yeah, from January, bro.
From January.
I mean, we only 6 months. We have time
with the game plan.
If you
got the game plan and ran. I got the game plan, wrote out my plan, and I got busy.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I feel that I bought. Well, you know, I was fortunate enough to buy 3 books, right?
Yeah,
and
that's hard.
Just before he like really released them out, I had the
PDF and all.
Yeah, so like I got the book, and you know what's crazy? The first 2 books I didn't even write in. The last one I wrote in, and I was like, yeah. And you know what's so crazy? Like you say the book for real is like I gave it to somebody, and I could see like they doing what they doing. You feel me? So
big facts,
big
facts,
love,
babe.
big love to Ron. Like Ron,
write the vision, make it plain.
For sure.
Write the vision, but that's Bible too. So it's like it's certain things that show up in all walks of life. I would say a lot too. Like we're all standing around a light, 365 degrees of a light. Your angle might be 187, mine might be 216. Am I supposed to deny what you see at 187, or just be like, hey, yo, that's cool. You see that? This is what I see. And we just compare notes. But when we saying, you ain't got no light over there, that's the devil on that side. Ain't no way you don't know the light. What? What's been sold at the foundation? Like, it's people that held a liquor bottle for most of my childhood that were way more respectful than people who pretended they didn't drink. Because the people who pretended they didn't drink was super drunk every weekend. So it's like, do it in moderation, do it in a way that's true, but do it with good intentions, because God knows your heart. Yeah. I'm not saying that to excuse any foolishness.
That's another thing I've been focused on this year.
Like,
intentions, bro. Like what? Like now I'm starting to not even move a lot if my heart ain't there.
It's real.
And that's real.
Follow
like
your
real.
gut.
Like, bro, this been like one of the most experiences. Yeah, like I didn't like. Yeah, for sure.
It's going up. It's already there.
Yeah.
That's why I be laughing when I say certain stuff. I'm like, yeah, I like somebody said, what you doing today? I was like, I don't know. And then like life came to me. Like I'm posting all morning. And I was like, oh, I could stop by Bird Spot. It was just like 2.
Real.
I hit him up like, hey, Bird, get up.
Bro, to say like to call, listen, bro. Like this how blessed. That's what I was. That's what I was gonna say. This how blessed we are, bro. Like for real. Like and like I say, this is not tarnishing anyone else.
Not at all.
Or like making anyone else feel less of themselves. I want to start off by saying that, which I don't have to say, but I'm still saying it. You feel me? But to wake up and to call just one of your friends and just be on some like, yo, yeah, I'm just gonna come through your studio and just, you know, is it okay for me to come through your studio and record some film? And you got somebody that got to get up, and got to go to work, or got to, you know what I'm saying, do whatever they got to do because they back is against the wall. It's like, bro, come on, bro. How can we not be grateful? Like, that's real.
Like,
because I hear a lot of my homeboys be like, bro, Tev, yo, you really like you really don't have no kids, no nothing. I'd be like, to me, I think it's regular. I'm like, what you mean I don't have no kids? I mean,
That
bro,
was supposed to be
I
above
didn't go up in a raw. You know what I'm saying? I went up in her with the Plasty Waxy. You know what I'm saying? But but I gotta realize that, yo, Tev, look around you.
Yes.
Take a time to step away from your business and look at life for what it is. Everybody around you have kids, brother. It's the reason why you don't have kids yet. You don't need them yet.
That's the part.
But my brain not focused on it neither. My brain's not focused on sex. Like last year.
I know how it goes.
But this year it's been just like.
Have your moments.
Yeah, it's like you get it in when you can get it in. And then when you don't, you don't.
Man, it's funny because you're speaking on a lot of things that I had a conversation with somebody about earlier, and I'm grateful for this person. I had them on this podcast. Jordan Peterson said,
you had Jordan Peterson on here?
I love that. Just keep that as a manifestation.
Oh.
That's coming. That's hard, ain't it? But look, and it feel good to be Jordan Peterson on this podcast. But when Jordan Peterson said,
I should have been on this month.
When Jordan Peterson said, people become prideful about the fact that they don't do things. They're proud of their weakness, as if that's something to flaunt. Oh, I didn't do drugs.
Repeat that for me.
They get proud of their weakness. And when I say proud of their weakness, I butcher this quote, but I explain it in a longer sense. Some people are like, I don't see how they could harm anybody like that. Says, well, it's easy to say when you don't have the ability to harm anybody. Michael Jai White is one of the most advanced martial artists in the world.
Right.
He's not hurting everybody every day, right?
For sure.
People who have strength and choose not to use it are disciplined.
Yeah. Discipline
is not something that you can just throw around. It's a mindset and an intentional effort.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm watching life and I'm watching people talk about just what people should be doing. And it's back to what we come back to again, just are you with yourself?
Yeah.
Because when you're with yourself, you're not worried about what other people are doing. We're not judging it. We're not saying like, couldn't be me. It could be me in a reality where I didn't get these gems along the way. So that was even why I give the references. I want people that know the reference of, I was at a Best Buy my senior year with like football as a real possibility. Not like, it wasn't like, oh, I could, like I'm trying, I'm making it make sense. Like your football was like, it was a path. It was a walkable path and you made this decision. So to be able to make this decision and eat from it in an era where like, I remember coming out of high school, they're like, oh, you gonna do something creative? What you talking about?
Yeah, now for sure.
Yo wanna be a rapper. Yo got a mixtape back. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's cute. You take pictures?
Yeah.
Oh, you gonna take my pictures? Can you take my pictures? How much you charge? Oh, I ain't paying that. Like all of that energy, right? And then we get to this part where it's like, oh, you had Jordan Peterson on your part? We get to this part where it's like, oh, that works.
Yeah.
It's like it always worked. It was just that you didn't have the vision, and it's not a bad thing. It's not something to be resentful about or bitter. It's just reality.
Yeah, for sure. Or maybe you did have a religion. I mean, the vision, but you didn't have the belief
and the follow there.
Yeah, that.
I was joking with Bunky about that.
You know what's crazy? Right now, I was listening to you, but like my brain wandered off into like thinking about how the situation before this, how it's gonna come out, right? And then I'm like, then I like snap back into it, like I'm thinking of, I started envisioning me being right back here. So I'm like, hey,
but look, it's funny.
That a little later on.
They gonna they both coming out in a way that's gonna be to your benefit. Yeah. So the thing is, when we plant seeds, it's going to be something harvested.
It's going to grow, yeah.
And it's also season negativity that gets sown.
Yeah.
So that's the part too. Is like somebody told me, like you're a farmer. You're a farmer with like your intentions. Like you plant a seed, you move on. You may come back and it's a fully bloomed tree, or it went in another direction. It is cool. What it is.
That's cool. I like that.
It's blessings, bro.
I like that.
I laugh at that too. I saw Bunky at Addison's Kitchen and just that whole space, and I was like, it was probably dudes who stopped doing the Park High Strut. Probably dudes who was like, yo, that's whack. Why you still doing that? Yo, throwing these little videos up. Then you see him with Diddy. Then you see the whole world take it on like, oh, this is a thing. And now Baltimore is what it always been. It was that before the world said it. That's why I'm grateful for this space. I'm grateful for stories like yours where it's like I don't know, the 4x4, up and walking, just doing my thing. And it's so many points in between now and then that solidify the gratitude. Because if you got it quick, if you get it quick, none of that. You like
it go.
It goes quick.
It goes quick. Yeah, for sure.
Fast money, all of that.
Yeah, so for sure.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie. Like large amounts of fast money that I made went so quick, and like I'm actually grateful because now it helped me manage the large amounts that come in now. Like now I kind of still I don't treat it like I'm broke. I ain't gonna lie. Like if I want something, I'm gonna buy it, regardless of how it is or how much it is. It's because I know for sure with my talent, you know, my God-given abilities, like I'm gonna get it back. But I don't value it as I'm gonna just get it back. I value it as in I understand what's going on. So now I'm more on the tip where it's probably like, okay, cool. Maybe I can wait. I can wait and allow myself to open up a different space, different avenue, a different situation to where as though it can grow exponentially and I can get that and I still can help others and whatever. Cause I got to a lot of situations where like, you know, you could either do either or. You can either help yourself and can't help no one else, or you can do both. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather be in a situation where I can help both.
Yeah, and it's like they always say make your money work for you. So putting your money in vehicles, and a lot of I could also see like you spending on stuff you need for your brand as well. Yeah. So it's like that's why I say understanding is so big. Like Ron came to the school when I was working there. He was like there back in November. So he stops in, talks to the kids, and he asked them like, what y'all want to be? Oh, I want to be on TikTok. I want to be this. Saying all this crazy stuff and like don't really have a concept of what it looked like. So he starts breaking it down like, okay, you say you want to go to LA. How much is the flight? You got to go to LA twice in a month. You might have to book the ticket that week. What the price of a ticket to LA look like that week? What time of day you got to take it? Like you got to pack, you got to get your fits right. You got to make sure you got somewhere to stay when you get there. You locked in with that. You got to get food. You might have to rent a car. If you rent a car, like what that look like? So, and I laughed because I had been saying it, but I never said it that way. And when I was able to like break it down, I was like, dang, like even with food, he like people complain about they ain't got no money. And this brother's brilliant. He's like, people complain they ain't got no money. Bro, you spend like you spend it on fast food every day. You spent $10 every day this week. That's $70 in that week. It's 52 weeks a year. That's a cool, like, I was like, hey, quick math. Got a little commercial break. I don't know my money. Oh. We got some construction going on in here. It is what it is. Yeah. But there will be some action done after construction get done.
Nah, you get you.
Hope I can show you got a finished product today. We'll see for sure.
No, but for real though.
Ooh.
Definitely though. For real though.
Yeah, man.
For real.
Ooh. We've been talking. A goal has been built. Oh man. No, you good. You good. This is why we got B-roll and behind the scenes moments.
No, I think we stopped talking though after that, so you could just kind of like cut it.
Yeah, just cut it. Right.
For sure.
We can finish up, man.
All right.
Yeah, we can lock in.
Come on, you ready?
Yeah, but
no.
Yeah.
Oh, you want me to jump back in? Because I know where you left off at.
Oh, you're busy.
All right. I mean, but no, for real though, it's like I definitely get what Ron definitely said. Like that was that was a thing that I used to go through too. I was like, I ain't got this, I ain't got that. I'm like, well, but you did this with that. You could have went there, but you went there. You went to the club and spent $2,000 there when you could have put that to a camera. Or you bought jewelry, or you could have bought that.
Right.
You feel me? So I definitely get it for real. And like I said, it's like I think like I said, I just got to a space where like sometimes we just gotta allow people to allow themselves to understand the concept until they can get it, because not everybody get it at the same time. You know what I'm saying? And that was my biggest thing. My biggest thing was like, why these people ain't getting it? Or why these people? And it's like, it's not meant for everybody to get it at the same time you get it, bro.
And it's not meant for you to make them.
Yeah. Like if you get it a little bit earlier, bro, that was for you. That's for you.
To run with.
You feel me?
To run with.
Like, yeah, it's for you. And then it's for you. It's not for you to, I mean, it's how you perceive it, how you look at it. Sometimes you can look at it and say, this is for me, I'm going to keep it to me. But it would be cool if you could share the universal rule.
Thanks.
And if someone gravitate to it, then that's for them. But if somebody don't, then that ain't for them.
It's a buffet.
So, yeah, but eventually everybody's going to get it. That's the part. I have talked to older people, younger people. Wisdom comes with action. Wisdom don't come with age. Everybody gets it. I know some people younger than me that at the moment might seem, visually doing better or whatever, but then they might sit and call me every day and be like, yo, I need information on this. So it's like, it's certain things that they might get that I don't get. It's certain things that I get that they might don't get. And that's just all it is for real. It's just a process. Like, life is literally like a process. Like, life is like a plant. You know what I'm saying? It's like you said, it's like a farmer. It's like once you dig up the dirt, wherever you wanna, boom, you find the atmosphere, you make sure it ain't no ants or nothing here or no animals that's gonna keep biting into this plant while it's trying to grow. Then you go on to plant the seed. And that's like getting getting the negativity away. That's when you digging down, you looking at your life and the situations and you going through them and saying, okay, this is what I think I did wrong. This is what I think I did right. These are the people I don't want around. This is the thing that I don't want to From there, you start planting the seed. Okay, cool. What do I want for myself? You put the seed there, bang. Now you start to mesh back over top of it. You going through that, what you call discipline rule. You meshing over top of it. And as you've been disciplined every day, you just watering it. You watering it. And then from there, you know what I'm saying? Everything around you, the new people that you meet, the new mindset, the new action that you taking, that's the sun. It's helping that seed grow. Once the seed get up out of the plant, bro, it can turn into anything you want it to be. You can stop at a plant. You can stop at a daisy flower. You can stop at a branch. You could grow into a tree.
And you can sprout other seeds.
You could grow other seeds. You could become contagious in a good way.
Contagious in a good way, in a great way.
In a great way. Ooh, so it's like that is really like life, really like a process, and that's what I had to understand. So that's why I've been way more patient. I've been way more out the way. And people like, you ain't been showing your face, and it's like, bro, I'm really planting seeds right now. So you think I'm not showing my face? No, I don't show my face in the same communities that I was showing my face at first. That's the only reason why you don't see my face.
My energy's not missing.
It's not.
My energy might be missed, but it's here.
Yeah, like
I know
I'm in a whole different room, and this room, however you conceive it, it's probably not better than the last room. It's not. It's probably not better, but that room might be for you. I got in that room. And it might have looked like I was smiling and I was happy, but I really generally wasn't happy in that room. You know what I'm saying? And then that's what I had to understand with myself. It's like, bro, if I don't feel right in the room, I'm not going to be in the room.
It's about that part, being honest with yourself.
Yeah.
Because like it's all of these processes and they all happen in concurrent. Like it's all running in the same. The patience, the honesty, the truth, the trust. It's like all these things have to be given to me first by me. Right. Am I honest with myself to say, hey, that ain't really my vibe, but I still respect everybody there. But for the sake of me being in that space isn't really gonna give you what you want, because I may be trying to please y'all. I may be trying to give y'all something that I'm imagining you, like, if I don't give it, y'all not gonna rock with me. Sure. But people that truly, I say this, and this is what has comforted me. People that truly love me accept every new part of me.
Yeah.
And it's like they won't always understand, but they say, hey man, I get it. Do that part. Do that thing you got to do.
Yeah.
And it's like the people you can't call back. Like if you missed a call with grandma, is grandma about to give you, why you ain't calling me, boy? Like it happens from time to time, but eventually you get to that point of grace where she's like, I understand you out here living and you making it make sense.
Yeah.
Just remember to make time when you can.
Yeah,
right?
for sure.
People that love you give you the grace, and you give yourself that grace as well.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
Yeah.
And like I said, bro, it's about time, bro.
Yes,
The greatest test in life, I heard Kevin Gates say that, it's time.
Ooh.
Like only one man can withstand it. You know what I'm saying? Like you ain't running from that. You can't run from time.
You can't.
It's going to show itself.
You
And
can't.
like it seems like every time the environment that I'm used to don't support, a bigger environment just starts supporting.
Brother.
It'd be like, okay, what I could have made off of 20 people in my environment, I'd have made off 2 people out of someone else's environment. So it's just like sometimes we gotta move into the spaces where we feel least comfortable at, but it's the most comfortable.
Don't go alone, go with God.
Yeah,
and
for
God
sure.
will put everybody that's meant to be with you around you.
No, for sure.
It's like last year, that was my testimony. That was my moment. Like I'm having all these trials, and as I'm moving, I'm meeting people at Lake Montebello. I'm meeting people at flea markets. I'm on 25th Street floating through, seeing the brands on the come up talking about CharmCityBipper, be love Baltimore. Like I'm out here making my face be known. I was more active in real life before social media. So people are like, yo, you going crazy on social media? It's because I connected with the people first.
Yeah.
So I already, through as many seeds as I could, now I'm in this space of like, not what can I reap, but how can I connect these seeds? Like 25th Street did a fashion show. If you didn't know about it, they doing good business down there. It's like, is Greenmount West Community Center with Miss Keisha, Akila, and Cole Peace, all these artists in the space making things possible for youth. That's a space you could teach a photography class in.
It's that building, right? It's the gray building all the way in the back.
I
don't think it's gray, but it's like brick.
Possibly. It's down by Guilford and Federal. But it's over east, not too far from Greenmount.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
The school I taught at, they always looking for workshops and black men. So this is a funnier part when people talking about, oh, they don't do nothing for black men. I'm like, well, do you have anything you can do
for black men?
Right, as a black man, do you even have anything to offer? Because you got plenty to offer. I got plenty of spaces that want photography classes, that want young black men with their mind right to come up and be in space. Yeah. So it's like, with that understanding, to anybody out here, don't talk about what isn't present. Go be what you want to see.
Yeah,
that's what my brother gave me. Like, go be what you want to see, and you win.
I said that in one of my podcasts. I said, like, somebody asked me why, and like that really came from the gut, like the gut soul. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, I always wanted somebody to be like, yo, come on, bro, you doing the wrong shit. I don't know if I can cuss on that, right?
Good, you good.
Yeah, we like, you doing the wrong thing. Get up, get in. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I stand for now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see that in, like, a lot of my answers, bro, people probably be tired of my podcast because, like, he says the same exact thing. It's because I feel the same exact way. No matter how much more success I get, it's like, I always wanted somebody to just say, yo, come on. You know what I'm saying? And maybe, you know, God is like, that ain't the easy route. That ain't for you.
That ain't for you.
That's for somebody else.
Because what do you even look like with a come on? That's right. What do you look like with a pat on the back?
So now I try to be that person in a sense.
Absolutely.
So, because a lot of these kids, like I said, it's a little faster now. So if you don't say come on, they can, by the time you pull off,
they got 7 different missions.
Yeah.
That quick.
You feel me? Like it can be, I just talked to Shorty. How
you get roped up in that?
Yeah, or you feel me? Or how you transfer over to the afterlife. You know what I'm saying? So I try to just do that. And while I'm young too, you feel me? So people understand, like, cause it's hard to be different out here right now. I mean, it's easy for me, but it's hard to be different as a whole percentage of a population of people, for real. Like what I'm doing right now it's cool because I'm in demand, but it's not cool because of what I add with it.
It wasn't always cool though. That's why I laugh, because
Yeah.
it's like I used to ask that question when I was starting to date a shorty. I'd be like, if you didn't have to make no money and you could just do anything with your day, what would you do? And they would get roped up in this island fantasy because it sound cute, drinks, all like whatever. But I didn't have to make no money. This is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
No ifs, ands, or buts about it.
There's times where I didn't make no money and I was still doing it.
If I didn't have to make no money, I was gonna go teach them kids from the city I love. Cause I was like, yo, I know what it was like going through these school buildings, not seeing nobody that looked like me. And then when I did see somebody that looked like me and I connected with them, sometimes I didn't know how to open up to them. So it was like, be what I didn't see in the school building. Cause I went to
it's like, what you there
public
for?
Schools.
It's like, what you there for?
What you there for?
That's
define that.
And that's why I move how I move, bro. It's like people be asking me like why you ain't at this situation or was there. It's like I really sit there and I ask myself, what am I here for?
What's the purpose?
And like people like, yo, sometimes you gotta live in the moment. Sometimes you gotta not be so uptight. But it's like, bro, look how many people lived in the moment and ain't in the moment no more.
Let me give you this. I wrote this. Make it make sense, then we go and make dollars. Eyes was wide open, I was popping my collar. Wasn't in the street, but I was standing adjacent. So many people died over petty situations. I'm happy and I know it. Sometimes it's hard to show it, because people got negativity as they focus. Rather see him dead than to get to see him shine. Why that black boy crying, contemplating suicide? Why that black boy dead before he turned 25? They tell you come make special feelings, then they barely making time. Just to listen. Just to listen. We want to be heard. Who do I go to speak about the things that I observe in a city full of birds, a city full of hurt? I call it land of the birds. They'll shoot you out the sky, press your head in the dirt. That's the type of shit we see. That's the type of shit that hurt us. One is getting to be free, having fulfillment in our work. I'm thanking God, praying hard, taking action. All this life ahead of me. I ain't looking backwards. Some after the paper. Day after the backwards, made more moments than my iPhone can capture. I sit and wonder, what is this? If you want to go get it, weight broke the wagon. I live with no limits. I'm waking up, ain't chasing nothing, is already in me. They ain't never taking nothing I'ma miss.
Yeah, you gonna leave it at that?
Yeah. B-roll, behind the scenes. But
gonna leave it at that.
But look, I laugh because when I wrote that, it was in that vein of people like, is be in a moment. I've seen too many people lose their life over a moment.
Yeah.
I've seen too many people.
Bro.
I heard of girls getting violated because of a moment.
Yeah, I've been in a moment when I almost lost my life.
You got it.
So I was like, these moments ain't gonna be this no more.
I'm not finna be a Twitter kiki. I'm not finna be a Murder Inc. post over nothing said.
He used to be the one.
He used to be. I don't want to used to be.
Like, that's one of my biggest fears,
I don't
bro.
want to be ended up a used to be.
I mean, I don't really have fears no more, but that's something that I don't want to see. I don't see that for myself in the future.
And that's what makes you disciplined and diligent.
Like, he ain't gonna be the one. I mean, he ain't gonna be. He used to be the one. He's gonna be yo still doing this shit.
He's still like I used to laugh at that when we be at the hooping practice and the old like, yo, I used to kill us. Why are you talking like that?
Yeah.
What's he doing now, brother? Like, are you coaching us?
I've been knowing Bird for probably like 7 years now.
Still getting
real.
busy.
I know Bird. I was young in the gym. I was really young.
Still getting busy.
And still getting busy. Still working, still progressing.
Ain't no deadlines.
You know what I'm saying? Like, still look what he built. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so it's like that's somebody that kind of really live off of. And I don't know if he intentionally say that to himself, but like, I ain't finna be used to.
Real talk.
Like,
it's embodiment. It's like I laugh. I used to tell my students, like, I don't gotta tell y'all I'm tall. It speak for itself. You're like, I don't gotta tell you like the truth of life. Don't say what it is. Just store. It got stuff to buy, go in there and buy it. The other part is where it's like, oh, I got to fill in these gaps because somebody might not have understanding. Then it's like, why am I even chasing people without understanding?
Real.
But it's a lot that goes on in life that goes into these processes, and I'm grateful. He's grateful. I mean, I'm speaking for him. You grateful?
No, of course. No, for real, bro. I'm cool with you speaking for me on that tip,
right?
Because I'm really grateful, bro. Like I'm grateful, bro. Like I said, bro, it's times where people might look at a situation and be like, Well, that ain't a good moment to be grateful for, but I'm grateful for every moment, bro.
Every moment.
Every moment, bro. Like every moment.
They don't know all the moments.
Like,
Because if you know all the moments, you understand. You understand better. That's why.
Because it's a lot of way more grateful good moments than it is what we conceive as bad moments.
Real talk.
You know what I'm saying? So
real talk.
That just be what it be for real.
Big facts, big facts. I'm here with Seven Towns. You know, I always say this: one day made better, as many days made greater. I'm uplifting you to be in a world that cares. If I keep it to myself, I think that is unfair. The joy I've been given is best when shared. Visionaries never die, legends survive. Through the seeds we sow daily, we get better with time. CharmCityBipper, be love, love Baltimore. As I said, here, BirdHouse, East Baltimore, love into it.
BirdHouse.
Bye.
Bye.
Likewise, bro. Yeah. We were searching for the right way, did a lot of wrong. Can't go back, gotta move on. Gotta move forward, corrections given and accept the living. Still brings pain, even when you're moving with the best intentions. And you blessed with visions of joy, bliss, peace. Gratitude for every day I live to speak and I live to breathe in growth and abundance.